Rock and The Undertaker, those were my favorite wrestlers when I was a kid. They weren't Olympic athletes at all. And so as I got older, I started to realize who the real champions were, and I loved this sport. I was scrappy at a young age, so I loved it. I wanted to stick with it right away, and I won my very first trophy at my first tournament. And it was a participation trophy. And so before every tournament, my dad would take me into the trophy room and show me other trophies that he were giving out that day. And the tallest trophy was always the first place trophy. So he'd say, hey, if you win all your matches today, that's the trophy that you're going to be able to bring home. And for me, as the youngest of four, it was exciting. I got a chance to bring home something, show it to all my older siblings, and show off the way. And so as I went through that process, I started to realize, man, I'm pretty good at this. Maybe I could go on to college and wrestle. And I got to college and I started to think, man, maybe I could go on and make a world team or Olympic team. And now almost 30 years later, here we are. And so it's an honor to be here with you guys. I'm thankful for everyone's participation. I've got a bunch of guys that I brought here with me that are also going to be helping out, and they're going to be counselors here with me today. And so I want to introduce a few of them, and then I'll have these guys talk a little bit about what wrestling means to them. And so the important part of today, guys, before we get started, is this is a special sport. Wrestling is something that I take very seriously and something that I love. I started when I was 6, and I'm 35, I'm still doing it. I've been wrestling for 30 years. And I wake up every morning, and the goal on my mind is always, how can I become a better wrestler? But also, how can I influence young wrestlers to find success in this sport? It's the greatest sport in the world, and it can really change your life. So the men behind me are people that I admire, and wrestling has changed their lives as well. And so I want to give them a moment and an opportunity to speak to a little bit about what wrestling has done for them, who they are, where they're from, what they've achieved in this sport, and how they're going to help you today. So I see a couple of faces that I recognize, some guys and girls that I've trained with, and so I'm thankful that you guys all showed up today. Thanks for being here. I know it's a little cold in this gym, so in a moment or two, we're going to get you guys all warmed up. We'll start getting our bodies rolling. We'll feel a little bit better. But we're going to start by going down the line and introducing everyone here. We're going to start right here with this guy. His name is Brandon Green. He was a state champion at Paulsboro High School in 2019. He's now a student athlete at Virginia Tech University, and he's a great wrestler. Everyone, give him a hand. Let's say hi, Brandon.
Hi. What's up, guys? Like Jordan said, when I first started wrestling, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was like pro wrestling. I thought I was gonna go in there and jump off the top rope, but that's not what happened. But I quickly fell in love with this sport, and it's really, paved a way in my life and taken me to a lot of places. And like he said, like I always had that maybe in my head, like what if, what if I could become a state champ, or what if I could go to college and be that Division I national champ? And I think, really that's really what you gotta have as a young wrestler, and be curious about the sport and try to take advantage of it. And, it'll bring you great places, and you'll fall in love with it like we all have. And I just want to wish you guys good luck in your future too. But I want to have fun today in this camp, and hopefully I see a lot of you guys, doing big things.
All right, give a hand, guys. Also, this next wrestler, this guy was my best friend growing up, still my best friend, but he was actually my next door neighbor. He's one of the reasons that I got started in wrestling. And so he was a 2-time state champion from Sicklerville at Winslow Township High School at 171 and 189 pounds. He was also an NCAA All-American at the University of Nebraska in 2009 at 184 pounds. He's now the head coach at Winslow Township High School in South Jersey, a very good friend of mine. This is Vince Jones. Everyone give Vince a hand. Hi, Vince.
All right, so real quick, so I started wrestling when I was 6, turning 7, and found immediate success. And my parents never went to college, so they always probably embedded me like, listen, would you use wrestling as something that can get you to college? So that's what I did. I worked hard at it. I was a 2-time state champ. Nebraska, University of Nebraska is where I went, and I was actually out in Fargo, and I was with Nebraska, University of Nebraska, and I kind of betted on myself. I went to Coach Manning, and I listen, I got 6 pins here, and that's unheard of in Fargo, all right? I had 6 pins and I won the most pin award. And they was calling my name and Coach Manning was like, that's not you. I walked up, got my award, and he was like, listen, we're gonna recruit you, whatever you want. And I was like, listen, the only thing I want, I just want my best friend to come with me. And at the time, he took, he didn't face this thing. And I'm like, yo, listen, this is my guy, he has to come. So like I said, we're using wrestling to get us to places where we've never been before, all right? So when like I said, they gave me a full ride, they caused me, they brought Jordan along, and the rest is history, all right? But like I said, we're using wrestling in school. I graduated, I got my master's, I got my teaching degree, now I'm teaching at Winslow, all right? I'm bringing it all back full circle, trying to give back to my community, do what I do, and I have a youth nonprofit program at Winslow. So if you guys want to come through, all right?
This guy is someone who I just met recently, and he is a coach in Trenton, New Jersey. He coaches at the Trenton Youth Wrestling Club, and it's very similar to what we do here in Philadelphia at Beat the Streets. These guys are helping underserved communities, particularly in the Trenton area, to elevate their program and to build young wrestlers through this great sport. This is Habib Onitri. He was a two-time national prep qualifier at Westtown High School. He also attended Ursinus College, and then he was a graduate of Rome College. You got your white coat. What do you say?
To be a doctor of physical therapy.
Doctor of physical therapy. That's really impressive stuff. Let's give Habib a hand. Hi, Habib.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? So a little bit about me. I started wrestling in 4th, 5th grade, and I got my butt beat bad. Because I got my butt beat bad, I didn't come around to wrestling until I was in the 9th grade. And I really started wrestling because I actually wanted to get stronger at soccer. That was my main sport. But as I continued to grow throughout high school, I actually ended up quitting soccer and started wrestling. I just had a really good future with it. It was very promising. I was doing very well, and it taught me a lot about what it takes to set a goal, be persistent, and be consistent. And if you can do those two things, there's going to be a lot of great things that can come out of it. So I ended up doing that all throughout high school and college. And once I finished wrestling, I had to figure out how to try to translate a lot of those skills I learned from wrestling into the real life. So, you'll have to reach some adversity while you're wrestling, same way you're going to reach some adversity in real life. There's going to be this goal you're going to try to head towards, and there's going to be a bunch of things that are going to serve as roadblocks in order for you to get there. So it's about figuring out how you're going to get there and trying to translate those skills, which I did over time with help with my teammates, my family members, my coaches. Wrestling is really, really cool to me because you meet so many different people, so many different backgrounds. You find that wrestlers aren't just really strong, but actually really smart. But I hope I get to keep meeting you guys all throughout the rest of today. Thank you.
Next wrestler, this is Ray Bethea. Ray comes from a family of wrestlers. How many brothers?
I got 6 brothers, 2 sisters.
All wrestlers? All wrestlers. All wrestlers. Amazing family. Ray was actually a state champion at Trenton Central High School in 2012. He was 37-0 his senior year. Only state champion in his school's history. It's an incredible achievement. Now he's the head coach at Foundation Academy and the Monument School. He's doing incredible things with Trenton Youth Wrestling. He was also a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania and also the University of Virginia. Very amazing schools, and he's here with us today. He's going to give us a lot of the knowledge that he's learned through this sport. He's got a chance to compete at the highest level. We're excited to have him here. Everyone give Ray a hand. Hi, Ray.
Good morning, y'all. Again, my name is Ray Bethea. I'm super happy to be here today to help out with the clinic, to help out with Jordan's doing. So one thing I really want to share is just about believing in yourself. Like Jordan said, I became the first state champion in my school's history. I was the first state champion in school history at Trenton High School, but it took a lot of belief. The first thing that really helped me to become a state champion was to believe in myself. I started wrestling when I was 7 years old. So I started really young and always worked really hard, but nobody from my city, from my school, had ever won a state championship in high school. And at a really young age, I started to believe that I could do it. And it really helped me to be successful in wrestling and in life. If you have wrestled before, you know wrestling is a tough sport. It's hard to go out there in the circle where it's just you and one other person and battle and fight, right? If you make a mistake, everybody sees you, right? But believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can. Believe that you can go out and win, right? And regardless of whether you win or lose, you get up, you dust yourself off, and you continue to battle. If you do that, those things will help you to go really far, not just in wrestling, but in life. It'll make you a better student, and it'll make you a better person. So if I can tell you anything today that wrestling has taught me, is to believe. Believe in yourself. Let's have fun today.
All right, guys, next wrestler is Clinton Hicks. Clinton is from South Jersey. He wrestled at 2 high schools. He started at Willingboro, finished his career up at Eastern High School. He was a 2-time state place winner. He was actually a state champion his senior year of high school in the year 2000. He actually was a member of Ivy League school Brown University, you call it? Brown University, and then he finished up his degree at Rowan. He was also a member of the South Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. Absolute legend in the sport, now an assistant coach at Lindenwold High School. Everyone give Clinton a hit.
What's up, fellas? Actually know some of you guys. Been coaching at Camden since 2007 when we first kind of got a program started. Now I'm at Lindenwold, have a nonprofit, after school program for the kids. You guys are welcome to come through. Love the mind too. So at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of things that we can talk about, but one of the things that I'll probably take from wrestling is kind of gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? It's tough. It's not an easy sport, right? Some of you guys know that. It's a hard sport. So it's kind of like with life. Things are gonna happen in life, and you kind of gotta work through it, right? So when I say you gotta kind of get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? We're just here today, man. Let's have some fun, man. I'm here for you.
Sure. This is Andrew Stevens. Andrew Stevens is the only one of us who actually attended Camden High School right here in Camden, New Jersey. And this guy was a state champion. State champion at heavyweight, the only state champion in wrestling in his school's history, and he did that in 2014. Unfortunately, he decided to play football in college. We won't hold that against him. But he was a football player at the University of Maine, and this guy is a big dog and a boss, and he's done extremely well through the sport of wrestling. Everyone say, hey, Andrew. Yeah.
Hey everybody. Glad to be here. Love what you're doing. Everybody right now. I didn't start out loving wrestling, sorry to say. I started in high school, and let's just say when I first started, it was in a dungeon, in a very, very dark place in high school. And I wrestled all different types of people. We didn't have a big team or anything like that as well. A lot of people didn't like it to a certain extent, but I fell in love with it. It helped me throughout my career as well right now. We had started out 0-0 for team-wise, then we went up from that to me winning my own self in the state championship. And the state championship, even though I was kind of late at the actual at the tournament, but you know, there's a lot of things that you got to fight adversity. When I first ran out there to the stadium, and I had 57 seconds, a minute and 14 seconds to wrestle, I battled adversity. Today we're going to teach you about battling adversity, your mindset, mental fortitude, going through a lot of stuff in life. You don't have to have a great mindset and courage and strength. And that had helped me throughout my career too as well with going to college. I have a bachelor in university, business and marketing in university, my university I graduated from. Now I own 5 businesses. I have a trucking company, real estate company, nonprofit. I do a lot of things for the youth. We're here back today.
My guy, Micah Khan. Micah was probably he's the best probably of us up here in terms of what he was able to achieve in high school. Incredible wrestler. He wrestled at Eastern High School. He's a 4-time state place winner. He was a 2-time state champion. He was also a high school All-American. Went on to wrestle at the University of West Virginia. Has done some tremendous things in the sport. Now he's back here in South Jersey. I've got a chance to see him often. This guy's an entrepreneur, businessman. He's in real estate, motivational speaking. He does it all. And so everyone say hi, Micah.
Jordan, I mean, I think what he's doing and coming back to the city of Camden and being able to pour into the next generation is extremely important. As everybody mentioned here, man, we love this sport, and this sport has changed and shaped our lives. When you're talking about wrestling, you're talking about dedication, you're talking about discipline, you're talking about sacrifice. I mean, kudos to you all. This is summertime, right? And you guys are here in I would say hot gym, but a cold gym in the middle of the summer, while a lot of your peers are probably home playing video games and eating chips. But you guys are here, so my hat goes off to each and every one of you for being in here and taking the opportunity to learn from the best that ever put on wrestling shoes in the United States of America. So give it up for Jordan Burroughs. He doesn't look like saying that, but as a 7-time world champion and Olympian champion has never been done in the history of this sport in this country. That's amazing, and you guys have him right here today. So we all look forward to pouring into you. The sport, again, when you talk about discipline, sacrifice, that also translates into life skills, right? So the same mentality you have in the sport, you take it into the classroom. And then when you graduate from high school and college, you take that same mentality into the business world as I did. You have to work 10 times harder than your opponent, right? And that's always been the mentality. Work harder than your opponent. While they're sleeping, you guys are up here working out. So I look forward to working with you all, and thanks for being here, all right?
These guys are very special to me. These are all people that I admire, look up to, and got a chance to spend time around watching their careers unfold. And so this is what I need from you today. I need your focus. I need your attention. I need you guys to be respectful, because we're here for about 3 hours together. So while we're here, I want to make sure that we get the most out of it. So regardless of how you got here, whether you wanted to be here, you signed yourself up, someone dragged you here and forced you to come, even though you would rather be watching cartoons and eating a bowl of cereal right now, we're here. And so we're going to work hard, we're going to be focused, but we're also going to have fun.